Hello everyone. In this video session, I am going to practically demonstrate a Java program to print the number pattern which looks like this. So before writing the code for printing this pattern, let's understand few things about this pattern. First thing is how many rows are there in this pattern. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 rows are there in this pattern. Second thing here we need to understand is only two numbers are repeated in this pattern, guys. What are those two numbers? Ones and zeros, right? You see everywhere ones and zeros are there in this pattern. So only ones and zeros are there in this pattern. That is second thing. Third thing is the ones and zeros are arranged in an alternative way. If the first number is 1, the second number will be 0. The next number will be 1. Again, the next number will be 0. Again, the next number will be 1. Kind of alternative kind of ordering is there. And the fourth important thing that we need to understand from this pattern is if the row number is a odd row number, that means first row, third row, fifth row. These three rows are the odd rows, right? The number of the row is odd number. That is first row is a 1 is an odd number there. Here third row 3 is an odd number there. Fifth row here 5 is an odd number there, right? In case of odd rows like this first, third and fifth, they are starting with 1, guys. As you can clearly see, the first row, third row, fifth row, they are starting with ones and remaining numbers are alternative numbers. If 1 is there, next number will be 0. If 0 is there, next number will be 1, kind of. Odd rows are starting with number 1. What about even rows? Second row and fourth row in this pattern are the even rows. Second row, fourth row, even rows. Even rows are starting with the number 0 followed by the alternative numbers. So after understanding these things from this pattern, let's start writing the code for this pattern, guys. So first thing we need to write is the for loop, which will iterate how many times? Which will iterate 5 times, guys. Okay, this for loop will iterate 5 times. Why? Because there are 5 rows. The for loop will iterate 5 times because there are 5 rows. So we have to write int I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Now the next thing we have to do here is here if this row number is an odd number, then it will start with 1, right? If the row number is an even number 2 and 4, then they will start with 0. For that I will write the logic, guys. If I percentile 2 is equal to 0, if the row number is an even number, I, let's say I is a row, guys. Okay, I means row number. First row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row. 5 times it will iterate. For each and every row, this for loop will iterate. I stands for the row number, let's say. So if the row number is giving the remainder as 0 when you divide by 2, that means the row number is an even number. In that case, what you will do here is you will simply, here we will create a variable, say num, guys. Okay, number variable. Here I'll assign number is equal to 0 and simply print this number like this. Don't write print ln, simply write print only. Okay, normal print statement, just print this number, guys. If the row number is an even number, then you are setting the this number to 0 and printing that number. Else guys, else if the row number is not an even number, then you will go to the else block where you will set the number to 1 and print the number So here we'll simply print the number. So in case of odd rows, one will be printed in the beginning. In case of even rows 0 will be printed in the beginning as a beginning. This is the beginning number, guys. This number means beginning number. So after this we need to print the alternative numbers. Let's say, let's talk about the first row, guys. First row is an odd row or even row? It's an odd row, right? First row, one is an odd number, so first row is an odd row. So here we'll go to the else block. In this code, 1 percentile 2 will not give the remainder 0, so we'll go to the else block. Number will be set to 1 and it will be printed. So this 1 will be printed. After printing this 1 in the first row, the remaining numbers are 0 1 0 1, right? Alternative numbers need to be printed. If 1 is already printed, then next number should be 0. After 0 got printed, then 1 should be printed, like that. So to get this kind of output, what we can do is here we can write a for loop, guys. for int, okay, for int I is equal to 1. So only 4 numbers should be printed here. Already one number, 1 got printed. So remaining 4 numbers should be printed. That's why I'll write the for loop like this, guys. I is equal to 1, I less than 5, I plus plus. How many times this for loop will iterate, guys? It should iterate only 4 times. Here I is already used here, so I'll use j, guys. Okay. So j is equal to 1, j less than or equal to 5, j plus plus I'll use. So how many times this for loop will iterate? Starting from 1 till 4 only. You are saying less than 5, that means 5 is not counted here. 1 2 3 4 4 times this for loop will iterate. So here, why we are writing this for loop? For printing the remaining numbers, and the next number should be the opposite of the first number. If 1 is already printed, the next number should be 0, guys. So for that, here you will write something like this. If this number, okay, here based on the row number, either number will be 0 or 1, right? So here I'll check if number is equal to 1, then if number is equal to 1, then you will set the number as 0, guys. Else you'll set the number as 1. Opposite number you have to set. Okay. So if here the already printed number is 1, so the next number should be 0, right? For that I have written the logic here. If the number is equal to 1, then set the number to 0. And here we need to print, guys. Here we need to print the number also. The same for loop itself we have to print it. So instead of print ln, we have to use print, and we have to print this number. So the first iteration here, I is equal to 1, else block will be executed because I 1% L2 is not equal to 0. So we'll go to the else block, number will be set to 1. That 1 will be printed here. Yes, number 1 got printed. After that, we'll go to this for loop where j is equal to 1, j less than 5. So here, number is equal to 1. If number is equal to 1, then change the number to 0. If already printed number is 1, then change the number stored in the num variable to 0. And when you print that number here, what will be printed, guys? 0 will be printed. So here 0 got printed. Done. Then after that, this j plus plus will happen. That means j will become from 1 to 2. 2 less than 5. So we'll go inside. This time number is set to 0 here, right? Number earlier was set to 0. So since the number is 0, this condition will fail and else block will be executed where number will be assigned as 1 again. The alternative number, next number will be assigned as 1 and will be printed. You see, the 1 will be printed. Again j plus plus, j will become 3. So in the third iteration, when j becomes 3, the number has been printed as 1. So if number is equal to 1, again number will be set to 0. So number 0 will be printed. Here you see 0 will be printed. Then j will become 4, the last iteration. So since number is set to 0, so this condition will fail. Number again will be set to 1. So number 1 will be printed. You see, number 1 got printed like that, guys. After this completion of the first row, okay, here after this for loop, we have to write a println statement. Why we are writing the println statement here? Because we have to move to the new line. So after printing 10101, we have to move to the new line, right? Before printing the next set of numbers, we have to move to the new line. For that purpose, okay, for that purpose, we are writing this println statement here. This will take you to the new line. After you are taken to the new line, I will become 2. So here 2% L2, row number is even number. So number will be 0. It will start with 0, guys. 0. And after that, after printing 0, you go to the for loop. Again, it will iterate 4 times. If the number is 0, then next number will be 1. Like that. The same logic, guys. The same logic. So this should give you the proper output, guys. But after getting the output also, I'm going to optimize this code, guys. Okay. So we have written a lot of lines. We can reduce the number of lines here in this code. I'll show you that later. First, let's see whether we are getting a proper output or not. We should get this kind of output: 10101, 01010. Okay, again 10101, 01010, 10101 kind of output we should get when I run this code. Let's see. You see 10101, 01010. We got the proper output, guys. But same output we can get by reducing the number of lines in this code. Here you are writing the if else. This is taking a lot of lot of lines. For that we can simply optimize like this. Int number is equal to, okay, instead of writing this many names, in number is equal to this condition. Copy this condition, cut it from here, paste it here, put a question mark, and here if this reminder is coming as 0, then you need to set this number as 0. So this 0 you need to copy here, colon, otherwise you need to assign 1. Okay, you need to assign 1 like this. Done. Now and this print statement you need to take outside and get it written here. Okay, this print statement you can write it here. Fine. Then remove this part, guys. Then remove this part. System.out.print print just number. You see how many lines got reduced already, right? Only one time you are using the print statement, and also if else all those things got converted into like this kind of statement. If this reminder is coming as 0, this number will be assigned to number. If the reminder is not coming 0, the next number 1 will be assigned to the number, and that will be printed here. So it makes, it's kind of less number of lines of code, you can say. Now also in the for loop also, again we are using the if else kind of thing, right? Here also we can do the change, guys. That is, here we'll say number is equal to what is the condition? This is the condition. This is a condition. Put the condition here, put a question mark. If this number equal to is equal to 1, then assign this number with an alternative number 0. Otherwise I assign that with the 1 like this. That's it. Remove this part. So we were able to replace if else kind of thing with this single statement, and we can print this number. We can print the resultant number. Sorry, let it be like this only. Fine. This will also give the same output now. Okay, we just reduce the number of lines in the code. Run this. You see, you got the same output 10101 01010. Same thing, same thing, same thing. Okay. So hope guys you understood how to write the Java program to print the number pattern which looks like this. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Bye.